It has risen again. The MediEvil Remake. See? The hero of Gallowmere returns to the PS4. The fog of games and the shrouds of time conspire to turn the arrow fodder into a PS4 hero. And we're excited. Oh, welcome. Sorry, just had to put my jaw back on. Hello and welcome to PlayStation Access. Fans of the MediEvil series were thrilled last Thursday as more gameplay for the upcoming MediEvil Remake was revealed, showing Sir Daniel Fortescue looking more heroic than ever. But I'm sure there are a few of you who are a bit confused as to why this game is receiving so much excitement from fans. Well, one of the biggest reasons for everyone is because this game is simply incredibly fun. So to help clear your confused skulls, I wanted to show you why everyone finds MediEvil so much fun to play. Before I start, I think that I should first explain the plot, which is a fun concept in itself. You are Sir Daniel Fortescue, a brave hero who leads the first charge against the evil sorcerer Lord Zarok as he triumphantly... Oh, looks like he didn't get very far. In the battle for Gallowmere, Sir Dan sadly meets his end very early on in battle, as he was shot in the eye on the first charge. And yet, according to the tales of the town, Sir Dan supposedly destroyed Lord Zarok, leading them to victory, and has been undeservedly praised as the hero of Gallowmere ever since. But 100 years later, Lord Zarok has returned, raising an army of demons and the dead to aid him in taking over the realm. However, his spell also brought back Sir Dan, who has been resting in his crypt ever since the war. And it's time for Sir Daniel Fortescue to take on his nemesis once more, and rightfully earn the hero title he has had for 100 years. Oh, and the reason Lord Zarok wants to take over Gallowmere is because he simply didn't like the civilians as they were happy and peaceful. He really is a miserable, miserable man. But that's enough about the story. Let's get to the action. Another reason why this game is so much fun is because of the weapons. There are so many of them and they all have different features which will help you. From swords, to clubs, to crossbows, to your own arm. Yes, even your own arm, everything has a purpose. And all of these weapons are upgradable. Not in the sense that you visit a person, or in this game's case, a gargoyle, and pay them to make your equipment stronger like in many other games.
Thank you.
Upgradable as in you earn new weapons which are better than what you currently have. You do this by filling up a chalice in each level by killing enemies, earning you the privilege to visit the Hall of Heroes. The Hall of Heroes is a sanctuary where heroes of Gallowmere rest, and if they think you are worthy, they will give you items which will aid you in your quest. Ah, hello Fortescue. I see that you have a club. Well, I have a warhammer here that does the same thing as a club, only it doesn't break once you've used it a certain amount of times. How does that sound? Hello, sire. I see that you have some daggers you can throw. Well, my crossbow can shoot at rapid fire and arrows bounce against walls. But would you be able to use it with one eye? Oh, I'm sorry, sire. Here, take it. And when you get each weapon, they're so much fun to experiment with, especially since some weapons are more appropriate for some tasks. However, the weapons aren't only good for experimenting against enemies, but also within the levels themselves. The level designs are so much fun as there are lots of secrets hidden within them. For example, these rocks are blocking my path, but there is definitely something beyond them as I can see it. How do I get through? Well, the game encourages you to leave it for now and come back to it later, as you may find something which may help. Remembering these little secrets and coming back to get them is so rewarding, and sometimes you may find hidden areas where you can find items which will help you in the future. But the secrets aren't only based on the use of weapons, as there are some which you can access through abilities you learn, such as the dash, and via your platforming skills. I see that there's some little goodies in this area, but I can't get in there from jumping. What if I did this and oh my god, it worked! It's incredibly fun exploring all elements of these levels, and it makes you feel thrilled when you've worked around your obstacles. There's even fun little challenges you can do in some levels, such as...
Poor villagers, the master possesses them. It mustn't hurt them.
And...
I need 7 pieces of amber that are hidden in the ant's nest. Bring them to me and I can grant you a special reward.
Chicken drumsticks. Thank you very much, Witchy. Maybe I'll give them to those ants that you made me fight. But yeah, sometimes you receive rewards. And at this point, I know what some of you are thinking. Rosie, this game doesn't look fun. It looks creepy. There are zombies, scarecrows, gargoyles, goblins, and ants. Man-sized ants! First of all, thank you for admitting that you think this game looks creepy, as yes, it is rather ghoulish. Lord Zarek isn't exactly the best looking chap in the world. And secondly, despite the gothic art style this game takes, visually it's also a lot of fun. Despite the game taking place in the night and being surrounded by shadows, the colours are bright and bold, which makes them look lovely due to the contrast. The locations are very eerie with its graveyards, cathedrals and Halloween-esque farms, but they're so interesting with their little details, such as with the crooked fences, buildings and paths. The enemies are monsters and demons, but they're all designed in a very cartoony way. Take the zombies for example. They are bright green, making them feel like a Scooby-Doo menace. They move with over-exaggerated arm swings as opposed to the standard straight and still arms approach. And they have thick green slime for blood, which comes with a little splat sound effect for a little bonus. All of these details make the game much more silly and fun, and when combined, give you a great experience. Zerdan's head also makes a little donk sound every time you hit your head on the ceiling, which is an amazing touch and it makes me smile every time I hear it. And if that's not enough, you're even welcomed to the graveyard by this little chopped off hand, which is incredibly adorable and goofy, and I feel like it's saying, "Hey, it's okay, this may all look really creepy, but I'm still a silly, fun little chopped off hand." And to support these silly visuals, one of the biggest reasons why everyone loves this game is because of the humor. MediEvil is very funny. As we've established, it's visually cartoony, which helps give it an innocent sense of humor. But the writing, characters and voice acting give this game a whole other level of fun. Most of the characters have really thick, over-exaggerated British accents, which are just a joy to listen to.
Captain Fortescue, it's me, Canny Tim. Does the battle go well?
Ah, Fortescue! What's this I hear about that archcad Zarok still being alive? Thought you killed the fella.
Thank you for releasing me, sir. My people wish only to live our lives in blissful harmony with nature.
I won't lie, these fairies caught me off guard when I first heard them, and I was laughing for a good amount of time thanks to them. And some of their comments are just so dry, you can't help but think of the good old English banter.
Fortescue, you jawless arrow magnet, what are you doing back here?
But everyone is incredibly lovable and memorable. The heroes are lovable, the enemies are lovable, the goggles on the wall are lovable as they try to strike fear in your ribcage or simply mock you.
Paths go this way, paths go that way. Nasty, painful death waits round every turn and over every hill. Bon voyage.
And I haven't even mentioned our main hero, Sir Daniel Fortescue himself. He is one of the most amusing and memorable protagonists in the PlayStation 1 generation, and there's a good reason for it. He is filled with pride, courage and loyalty, as he is determined to vanquish evil, and will not take kindly to you mocking him. And yet, he is also a bit of a doofus. You wake up from your crypt after 100 years and obviously you don't have a weapon. So what do you use? Your arm. Obviously. You're surrounded by enemies. How on earth will you attack them? You're a skeleton. Just spin your torso 360 degrees whilst wielding a sword. That should do the trick. And the reason why he mumbles is simply because he is missing his jaw, which I think is a fun and brilliant character design choice, and I feel that it would help him become a memorable PlayStation icon for many years. But if you're still not sold on him, just look at his smile as soon as he wakes up. I mean, how can you ignore a face like that? Sadly, I'm gonna have to stop myself here before I ramble on even more on why everyone is so excited for this game due to how much fun it is. Do you agree with me? Have I made you excited for the remake? Let us know in the comments. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this, and hit that notification bell so that you stay up to date with the world of PlayStation. And in my best Sir Daniel Fortescue voice, I will say, thanks for watching!
For the players.